You know, the last husband that she married, that one was, fat and, he wasn't attractive at all and he was on the bigger side. But this one, Amy, I think you got you one right here. A dream that I've always had is having my own talk show, and guess what? I made that happen. Let's go.
Live from the heart of Virginia, it's the Darius Owens Show. Here we go now. Yeah, let me tell you now. Here we go. Darius Owens Show. Now, here's Darius.
Let's go. Thank you for watching episode 5 today. I'm so excited and sexy, and guess what? Diddy might be getting released, although I already talked about it, but guess what? Someone is talking about it, 50 Cent or someone, right? But let's get started. It's time for the hot tea. Come on. Woo! Episode 5 already. Doesn't it feel like season 4 just started? But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with this hot tea. So Amy Slaton from 1,000 Pound Sisters has finally got married. And I'm excited for her because, she's always been under the pressure of, weight. But now she's looking good. So here she is in her wedding dress right here, looking good with her husband. And you know what? Honestly, when I saw her husband, I was like, oh my gosh, Amy, you've actually got one. The last husband that she married, that one was, fat and, he wasn't attractive at all and he was on the bigger side. But this one, Amy, I think you got you one right here. And I hope relationships nowadays, it's just all about the money and the prenups and all that stuff. So Amy, I hope that y'all can actually be happy and y'all don't have any of those money issues. And I hope that he's not just coming after you for the money. But anyways, they did post a video, so take a look.
Hey y'all, I got a big announcement.
We're married!
This is the next chapter. This is the beginning of the next chapter.
It just felt right. It's all felt right. She looked amazing. And it was great to finally see her after being away from her for so long.
You texted this morning. I missed the boys saying good morning to me. So after the wedding, it's not there all we're going to get into next.
Something now wait, babe. Something now wait.
Yeah, y'all continue watching for what shenanigans we're going to get up to next, because you never know. And we'll talk to you later. Bye. Get off the dress.
Amy, I'm so happy for you. Y'all do look happy. Y'all do look genuinely happy. And I don't know if it's just me because I haven't been keeping up with y'all, but I haven't seen Amy and Tammy around like you usually do. You usually see clips on TikTok and stuff around them. But anyways, moving on. So Diddy, his first picture was released from prison, okay? It was released last Friday, and people are saying his beard is gray and everything. I'm like, this man is in prison. He's been in prison for 2 years now, and what would you expect to happen to you if you were in prison for 2 years? It's stress, and although I don't know why he's stressed because you only go to prison when you do some crimes or anything, so I don't know why he's stressed. He should have known it was coming for him, but I'm like, Diddy, okay. But now 50 Cent, everybody, 50 Cent is reacting to this, and he is saying that he looks happy, that Diddy looks happy to him with all those handsome men around him. Now 50, I don't even know why 50 is commenting. I feel like 50 just wants to get in the media because when was the last time we heard about 50 Cent? 50 Cent isn't big like he used to be, and I've never liked 50 Cent ever since he made those comments about Wendy, so I'm like, 50, just go ahead with your life. Nobody cares about you anymore. At least I don't. And by the way, who listens to 50 Cent music? I don't, but that's just because, I don't listen to ghetto music like I said. So Tory Lanez, however you say his name, he's being dragged back into the legal world after a judge ordered him to do a deposition in a new lawsuit. So the story behind this, everybody, is that Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Thee Stallion is the whole reason he's in jail right now. I mean, it's not her fault, but he did it, but still, she's the whole reason. But anyway, she's suing him for online harassment along with another blogger person by the name of Mila Agro Cooper. And I'm like, how can Tory be online harassing you, Megan, when he's in jail? I know that some people have tablets and stuff in jail, but I don't think Tory cares about you, Megan. And by the way, Megan, I'm proud of you and Thomas Clayton or whatever his name is, or Clay Thompson, I'm proud of you. But Megan, can you just go ahead and enjoy your life and be happy with your new man? Why do you have to drag Tory back into it? Tory has been in jail. He's already in jail. I feel like Tory is already facing his consequences, And by the way, this happened all the way back in 2020 when he shot her in the feet twice, I think. And both feet, by the way, that's something you never recover from. I don't care how old you are, but still. So I don't know, this was 2020. When is he supposed to get out of jail? I don't know. So moving on. So people are mad at Billie Eilish because she called out billionaires that are stingy with their money. Now, this was last week during her speech at this award ceremony. And you know what? I have to be on Billie's side because people out here, they have millions and billions of dollars. And then they see these people out here struggling. And I'm not talking about those people that just act like they struggle. You know, like some people will come out here and rip their clothes just to get money and act like they're homeless. But people are really struggling out here. And especially now that Trump has done that thing where he's taken away the EBT cards and all the food benefits and stuff. People are really struggling. So Billie was simply saying that, you know, people that have more money than her need to, you know, respect the people and just donate a few money. You know, you have the money, so just donate. But anyways, take a look at what she said.
We're in a time right now where the world is really, really bad and really dark, and people need empathy and help more than kind of ever, especially in our country. And I'd say if you have money, it would be great to use it for good things and maybe give it to some people that need it. And love you all, but there's a few people in here that have a lot more money than me. And if you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? No hate, but yeah, give your money away, shorties. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Billie, I agree with every word that you said, and this is why I love Billie Eilish so much. You know, she's a singer, she's rich, she's a big celebrity, but one thing about Billie is she doesn't forget where she came from, you know? So the monkey, everybody, in Mississippi, the monkey has officially died. So apparently, a mother in Mississippi killed the monkey because she was saying that it was like 60 feet away from her house or whatever. And she said that she did what she had to do to protect her kids. I'm like, 60 feet away, okay. All you have to do is take the kids in your house. And then the thing that threw me off was she said her kids are like 16 and 17. I think those kids are old enough to protect themselves from an animal, you know? I feel like you're one of those mothers when the kids are like 23, you're gonna be like, okay, what are you doing here? Or why are you going to their house? Or you're gonna be one of those mothers that want their location when they're 25 and 26, okay? So can you just act like, or just give your kids an opportunity to live? You know, you don't always have to protect your kids. And I know people are gonna come after me for saying that, but kids have to learn nowadays. You know, like I have a lot of family around me, but I'm one of those people, I don't like people helping me around or helping me do stuff. You know, I'm always gonna do something on my own, or I'm gonna at least try to do it by myself before I ask somebody for help. And that's one thing about Darius Owens. But anyways, so Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas song is back on the top 100 Billboards chart. And I'm not surprised by this. You know, it's November, right after Halloween. I think this song just instantly blows up to the top 100 chart, you know? So Mariah Carey, go ahead and get your coins. You know, I don't think that Mariah is really, you know, I don't think Mariah has to worry about money, but every Christmas in November, December, Mariah gets richer and richer and richer. So Mariah, congratulations. And people that are saying it's too early for Christmas, excuse me, my Christmas tree just went up last night and it's blue and purple and red. It's really pretty and nice and bright. I don't care. I was gonna put it up on November 1st, but November 1st, you know what I was doing? I was just like this, soaking up that I had just finished Desperate Housewives, you know? So I'm like, okay, do I wanna put it up now? And then, by the way, the Christmas tree was in the attic, so I had to go up there to the attic and get that, and it's just a whole lot of mess. But anyways, Bianca Censori was seen out in Australia the other day and claiming that she's visiting a family. And the way she's looking, I don't think that she's visiting family right here. I mean, her nipples are out, and then she has the nerve to have no bra on, and her nipples are hard. And Kanye, you had the nerve to marry this junkie right here. But Kanye, you know you're a junkie yourself, so I don't blame you for marrying another junkie because, you know, junkies belong with junkies. So I can't believe that Bianca's still with Kanye because the way Kanye's out here looking a mess with ski mask on, walking around, and then, did you remember when they were doing that stuff on the boat? But anyways, congratulations on your marriage and whatever, but Bianca, deep down, I don't think you want to be with that man. I think you're just with him for the money. But you might not even know, she might not even know that she's with him, you know? So, the release date for GTA 6, everybody, has been pushed back yet again until November 19th. Now, we've had billions, well, not billions, we have had a lot of new movies and like big movies that have came out. We've had The Conjuring come out. We've had The Black Phone 2 come out. We've had all these new movies coming out, and we haven't even had GTA 6 yet. I don't even care about the game anymore. Like, I don't plan on playing the game anyways, but I don't think people even want to play this GTA 6 game anymore. You know, they're done with it. You keep pushing the date back. I mean, this is like the 4th time that y'all have pushed the date back, okay? So I'm like, you know. So fans are going crazy after Britney Spears' Instagram account got deleted out of the blue. Now, out of the blue, okay? It's Britney Spears, you know she's crazy. But before the Instagram account got deleted, apparently she was posting videos with bruises over her, and she was, what does that say? Dancing as a she's saying that she uses dancing as a coping, you know what I'm trying to say, coping mechanism, something. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like my words are very twisted today. But anyway, she's saying that she's using that. But I'm like, Britney. Oh, and she posted about her conservatorship back in like 2011 or 2012. But Britney is always one of those crazy celebrities to me. You know, like people are like, Darius, why are you talking about this girl so bad? Or why are you talking about her like she's the worst thing in Hollywood? Or why are you talking about her like she's done something to you? It's because Britney needs help. I know that she's out of this guardianship or whatever that she was in, but Britney needs help, you know? I don't think she's sane. I think she still has a little issues up here, and I know a whole bunch of fans love Britney, and don't get me wrong, I'm a very big Britney fan too. I love her music and stuff, but if someone needs help, they need help. And a lot of people say, I need help, but I've been working on myself lately, and like the other week, my grandma texted me. She was like, Darius, where have you been? I haven't seen you in like 5 or 6 days. I was in the house, you know, I'm just relaxing. I don't need friends at the moment. By the way, my friend Justin Frazier, he texted me this morning. He was like, Darius, he texted me last night, but he texted me, he was like, Darius, are you filming a show tomorrow? He was like, I have a whole bunch of stuff to say, and it's like powerful, and I feel like a whole bunch of people will benefit from this. But you know, my guests are lined up for like next month. So I'm like, Justin, I love you so much. Like, Justin is a very good friend of me. Like, I don't have a lot of friends, but Justin Frazier, that's one friend that I can count on whenever I need something, or even just to talk. You know, Justin's one of those people that will talk to me no matter what. You know, a lot of people that I talk to nowadays, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to say what, but you know, they're like, ugh. But Justin, he'll text me, he'll talk to me. Me and Justin have been friends for a very long time, and although we don't talk on the phone and stuff, Justin is a very good friend of mine. But anyways, moving on. So Bruce Willis was seen out for the first time in a long time last week. He was at the beach. He was walking with this black man. I don't know if it's family or whatever, but he was walking with them. And despite his dementia diagnosis and everything, I think he looks great. You know, he looks happy. He might not know that he's Bruce Willis, and that's the thing that scares me about the dementia and stuff. It's like, you're this big celebrity, right? You've been in Hollywood for how many years, Bruce? You've been acting and doing all these shows and movies and everything, and everybody knows you, but you've got this diagnosis now, and you don't even know who you are anymore. You know, you don't know what movies you played in. You don't know what shows you played in. You don't know how much people love you, Bruce. So that's the part that scares me. Excuse me. That's the part that scares me about the dementia and everything. And I'm like, Bruce, I hope that you know who you are, but like, just imagine you're sitting there with your family on a Christmas night and you're watching a movie that you played in, right? And Bruce is looking at the TV and he's like, who's that man? And his family, you know, family will be like, oh my gosh, do you know who that is? And he's gonna be like, no, who is that? And it's him. That's like, okay. So Donald Trump, your president, Donald Trump has came out and he's saying that Seth Meyers is so mean to him that it may be illegal and that Seth may be the least talented person to perform on live TV. Donald Trump, I think this is just your insecurity talking about other people because you know that you're up the United States of the world and you know you're messing up everybody else's lives. Donald Trump, what was your purpose of taking away EBT cards and all the food benefits for people? Personally, I've never been in the EBT situation, but still, you know, people out here struggling. People are only making $600, $700 a month. You know, people out here struggling and you're taking the food benefits away from them. Now, what are you gonna do when people start dying because they don't have enough food to eat, you know? So I'm like, Donald Trump, I think this is just you talking. And Seth Meyers, I love Seth Meyers. And by the way, Donald Trump, if he was the least talented person on TV, his show wouldn't be the #1 late night talk show on television, you know? So Donald Trump, go ahead and sign some papers to make the United States great again, as you say, you MAGA people. So anyways, Wendy's is claiming that they're closing 300 of their underperforming stores starting in late 2025. I'm like, it's 2025. Who even goes to Wendy's anymore? There's so much stuff out here. It's Chipotle, it's McDonald's, and I know McDonald's is fast food too, but McDonald's is one of those places, you know, McDonald's will never get old, but people can go to all these other places. So nobody goes to Wendy's anymore besides the broke black people, you know? I mean, that was really stereotypical, but I'm just saying, you know, nobody goes to Wendy's except they're really on a budget or they just need something really fast or they're homeless. So, So Jennifer Aniston, everybody, and I'm very excited because you don't remember last show. It was white stuff right there. It was really embarrassing. But Jennifer Aniston, she's back in the dating life, everybody. Now, I'm very excited for her because, you know, Jennifer Aniston, she's been one of those women. She dates, but she's not like a big, hoary, slutty-ish dater, you know? She'll date, but if that date doesn't go well, she'll just sit down and relax and wait until the next man comes along. You know, that's the thing I like about Jennifer. She's not all over the place like a lot of these celebrities are. But last week, she posted a picture on her social media of her and Jim Curtis and captioned it, "Happy birthday, my love." Now, Jennifer has been single ever since 2017, like I said. So when, you know, her and Justin, what was his name? Justin Theroux, they were together in 2017 and they split. But Jennifer Aniston, I'm so happy for you. You know, I hope that you and this man can last. I hope that y'all can have many more anniversaries and many more happy birthdays. But Jennifer looks very happy. You know, she's sitting here, she's holding him around, she's hugging him, and she looks very happy. So I'm happy for this couple, and I hope that they can continue to be together. So I have to admit that I'm very proud of my girl, Sherri Shepherd, okay? So she recently got her start on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, I'm very excited for her. You know, when Sherri Shepherd's show first came out, I wasn't all that big on her, only because of the circumstance that she got her show, you know, because of Wendy's show. And I know people will say, you know, Wendy did it to herself. It's Wendy's karma. You know, Wendy was sick. But I'm saying, you know, Wendy really could have had her show back. You know, she was just going through a little something. And it was a lot on Wendy. You know, her mom died, the man had a baby, her ex-husband, she got the divorce. Like, it was a lot on Wendy. So, I mean, what would you do if you were in an apartment, in a sky-high apartment all by yourself, and all this stuff is just going down and the whole world is watching your whole life down spiral? But anyways, take a look at Sherri Shepherd's speech.
Hollywood, I used to live on the corner of Franklin and Argyle in a studio apartment. I was paying $350 a month. I used to look out the window because there was roaches all in my apartment, in my studio apartment, but I couldn't afford anything else. My mother had put me out the house because I just was too much for her. But I would look out the window every day and I would dream. I would see the cast of Beverly Hills 90210 going inside the clubs and everybody doing their thing. And I would just sit there and look out and dream about maybe one day I could be a part of this community. Then I got evicted from that studio apartment.
Congratulations once again, Sherri Shepherd. So it's being said that the finale of Stranger Things is going to leave everyone devastated and there won't be a single dry eye in the room. Now, a lot of people are saying that, you know, Stranger Things, it's like, what does that say? Oh yeah, but anyways, okay. But a lot of people are saying, you know, Stranger Things is one of those shows that it's just all a mix of stuff. But I'm like, Stranger Things is one of those shows, you get into it and then at the end of every episode, something bad happens. And you just sit there and you're like, oh my gosh, you know. I feel like Stranger Things, like, why do you have to end after 5 seasons, Stranger Things? Stranger Things was a big show that everybody loved. You know, everybody was watching Stranger Things no matter what the circumstance was. And like I said, I was one of those people, I would scroll past it on Netflix. I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm not gonna like this show. And I turned it on one day and I was on it for, you know, a long time. But anyways, I'm sad to see it going. So yesterday, I was at my cousins, Sharday and Darius Sykes. You know, I have to say the last name. I was at their house. Their house is a very gorgeous house. You know, I walked in, and by the way, I was on the way to their house. You know, I'm sitting there, and I drank 2 bottles of water before I left the house. I'm sitting there, I'm driving up the road. I'm like, oh my gosh, Darius, hold it until you get there. Hold it until you get there. Hold it until you get there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And by the way, I was only like 2 or 3 minutes away from their house. I pulled over in this little baseball field. It said authorized vehicles only. I pulled back in there. I mean, I went in the bushes and oh my gosh, I had to go, okay? And my bladder has never been that heavy. But anyways, moving back to Sharday and Darius, you know, their house is really nice. And I walked in and Sharday was like, hey D. And then she gave me the tour of the house. And it's a very nice house. You go upstairs and there's like this little loft space and that was very nice. Their bedroom is really nice. And then the downstairs is nice. And then Darius, they have speakers in the ceiling. Darius was like, Darius, do you want to... I know, Darius and Darius. But anyways, Darius was like, do you want to hear the speakers, how they sound? I said, not really. He turned it on. It was loud and stuff. And by the way, Darius, he likes black people music. I'm talking about black hood people music. He's sitting there dancing and stuff. I'm like, really? But anyways, I love them so much. And yeah, so that was the end of the hot tea, everybody. And up next, we have hairstylist Taylor, and she does hair on everybody. You know, she's very entertaining, and I just can't wait to talk to her. But anyways, don't go far. We'll be right back. Don't go far, 'cause guess what? Darius is just now getting started. I'll be right back. So we're back with Taylor, and I discovered her on Instagram. You know, I'm just scrolling on my reels and stuff, and she popped up, and I've just been in love with her ever since. So hi, Taylor.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. And I have to talk about when we first got on here, she thought my hair was mine.
I did.
Okay,
like,
did you really think it was mine, or were you just
No,
complimenting?
for real.
Okay.
I did. It looks really good. You could have fooled me. It's fine.
Well, look, I have like 12 of them. I have a lot.
It looks good. I like it.
Thank you. So now,
Thank
since you're
you.
in the hairstyling and everything, I have to ask, what made you first get into the hairstyling and stuff?
To be honest, I just always been into hair. Like
Okay.
my sisters, they have a lot of hair, so I grew up doing their hair, just like playing around. And I was so good at it at a young age that their mom would just like, she was like, I don't care, do what you want to do.
Right.
So it started with them, and then I don't know, it just blossomed for real.
Well, I see that you're doing a great job. You just hit 90,000 followers on Instagram, so that's exciting. You're almost at 100,000.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Now, when did you first start your Instagram?
Okay, so I've always had a hair page, but I think back in like, I want to say like 2022, it got deleted. Like
Oh, wow.
all my socials got deleted, my Instagram, my Facebook, and so I had to start over. So I think 2022 is when I restarted everything, and it helped me rebrand and stuff. But as far as like getting my followers, I just hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, I think in like March.
Oh, wow.
Of this
You're going
year.
fast. You're going fast.
Yes, I am. And it was so shocking to see, but I don't know. I just started like taking, I guess, content seriously.
Right, yeah.
And then it just blossomed.
Now, one thing I have to say about you, you know, like you see clients in your chairs and you're so interactive with them. You know, some hairstylers, they'll just throw them in the chair. They don't talk to them. They don't interact.
Yeah.
But you conversate with them. You have fun with your clients.
Yeah.
Now, when you first started all the hair stuff, do you remember your first client?
No,
Really?
I don't. Like, I used to, so I started, like, doing hair, I guess you could say, when I was around, like, 14, 15.
Okay.
But that was just, like, my hair.
Yeah, messing around
And
and
so
stuff.
I would try out some stuff, and, of course, my friends would be like, oh, do my hair. And then it went from my friends to, like, friends of the family.
Right.
To like other people kind of thing, and I was like doing hair out my mama's kitchen. So it's been a while. I'm 27 now, so
Okay.
like it's been like 10 plus years for real. I went to cosmetology school in 11th and 12th grade, and ideally I was supposed to work out of a shop like once I graduated, but I was a little like
On your
ignorant.
own?
Yeah, like I was like, I don't want to do hair my whole life, and I was so ignorant to like how much money like.
But
we
now
could actually
look.
make. Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
So boom, went to college. That was a waste of money. Had my baby, did the 9 to 5, and then COVID hit. Got
That was-
fired,
yeah.
and so 2020 was like, all right, let me see what I could do
Right.
with like doing hair full time. So I think it's been like 5 years now, where it's just
And
like
now look how far you've came.
exactly.
Yeah, so now with all the hairstyles out there and stuff, do you have any favorite particular style that you like doing? Like wigs, braids, anything?
So mostly braids. I do knotless braids.
Okay.
That's like my go-to. Like everybody come to me for their knotless braids. I say probably I love doing the kids.
Right.
They're my favorite.
I just seen one that you posted yesterday. You were like, are you tired? And you were like, yeah, it is kind of early. And me and my cousin, we were just talking about you yesterday. She was like, she loves you.
Oh, thank you.
So you know I was
love
excited about you coming on here. You know I have to tell everybody.
that. Yeah. I love my name back there. Look at that.
Exactly,
That's
Taylor.
So cute.
It'll be really big and bold when the real show comes out, so.
I love that. Thank you.
Now, you've had hundreds of clients over the years and stuff, so have you ever had a client from hell?
Oh, yes. So nobody really ever gives me a problem like in the chair.
Right.
But I did have this one client. She had her braids in for like, I want to say a month and a half.
Okay.
And she already like had like thinning edges and stuff. So when you're dealing with that, you're not supposed to keep your braids in for a long amount of time because
Right.
it'll eventually like pull, and that's what it did. And so her braids were slipping out. So she had texted me like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, it's been like a month and a half. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
what do you want me to do? And she was like, I just wanted to let you know. And I gave you a second chance. So I guess the first time I did her hair, she didn't like it. And it's like, well, why did you come back?
Right. It's like she's trying to cause a problem, ain't it?
Exactly. So I was just a little confused by that. And I just never spoke to her or seen her again.
Well, it doesn't bother you. You're being successful. You're happy, so.
Yes, exactly.
Now, let's talk celebrity here, Taylor. All the
Okay.
celebrities out here in Hollywood, is there any particular celebrity that you would love to work on?
Let me think. I'm just gonna say my faves. So I love Mariah the Scientist, Tiana Taylor.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm.
And I'll probably say Janae and SZA.
You know who I thought you were going to say, honestly?
Who?
I thought you were going to say Keke Palmer.
Really?
I did. See, I love her hair color, too. I want to try it, but I feel like I'm too black for that color, you know?
No! Color looks great on black. Like, any color that we do.
Yeah.
Like, it looks good on us.
Now, what's one hair trend that you wish would go away forever? Like one that's ruined the whole hair industry?
Let me think. I wish my best friend was here because she would probably be quick with it. Like, I don't like, let me see.
The edges? You know how people do the edges all the way down on the
Thank
forehead?
you for saying that. Yes, the edges. I swear to God, like, my hairline is a little weirdly shaped.
But
so
you do
when
yours,
I'm
you know, you make sense with yours. Some people, they just do them all down here.
Bro, and they be like all about these eyebrows
Exactly.
and stuff, and I'm like, that's not cute. Or they'll cut their hair.
Exactly.
To make baby hairs.
Yep. Okay, so I remember this one time. It was way back in 2022. I don't know why I did it, but you know when you do something, you go back and you're like, oh my gosh, I really did that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to school. This is when I was wearing my real hair out. I pulled some of my hair up the front and I gelled it down. And I went to school like that, and people were like, oh my gosh, it looks so good, and just lying to me. And I looked a damn fool.
That's how people be though, like, no.
But see, that's how I am. I'm going to tell you, if you look a mess, that's the type of friend I am, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, have you ever messed up someone's hair?
I'm pretty sure I have. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I have. Like, okay, I remember I did this girl's hair that I went to school with.
Okay.
And I braid, what do I braid? Overhand. And so, I don't know. I'm not really that good with, like, tucking. Like, I can be honest. And so, I say, like, I don't work with blunt ends. Like, if you just got a fresh trim, not like a little something, but, like, it's blunt, I'm not good with that. And so that's how she came. So I'm braiding, and I don't go in and like.
Well, she did that to herself, ain't it? She did that to herself.
So she like, yeah, my hair's sticking on my braids. Like, she made me give her like half a refund. I'm not even gonna lie.
And I wouldn't have
but
done
it was
that,
like,
yeah.
I mean, that's just the type of person I am. Like, you don't like your hair, and then she hit me up within months didn't pass. It was like the same week. So I just gave her a refund, but like, yeah, I don't work well with blunt ends. So if you come with blunt ends and your hair's sticking out, it's just.
Now, what's your favorite beauty supply store to shop at for hair and stuff?
My favorite?
Yeah.
So I'm in Virginia. Well, you know that. But I'm in Colonial Heights.
Are you going to say
Virginia.
Beautiful?
Yes.
The one on
But
Hall Street?
That is a drive. I go to the one on Chamberlain.
Oh, I was just there yesterday.
No way.
But it was getting dark, so I wasn't there long. You know, that's a bad area.
It is. But like, that's a great store. And then it's called Juan's Wigs.
Okay.
They're in Petersburg, and they have two in Colonial Heights. It started off as like this little hair shop in Petersburg. It went from that to they had like a wig store, and then they just branched out. So the one by me in Colonial Heights is by Virginia State.
Okay.
That's my favorite. It's 2 minutes up the street. They had it.
And I would be there all the time, and that's my problem. You know, I get a paycheck, I fly down to the hair store.
Yes.
But did you see the news on Beautiful? Did you see like the racist stuff and all of that?
Yes, I did. I don't go to that one.
See, that's the one I usually go to, so.
No way.
That's where I got this one. Because you know, I feel like all hair stores, they like to watch you a lot, you know?
Yeah.
You go in there, they're looking at you, they're following you around. I don't like stuff like that. So
like people underestimate social media, and I seen it on my TikTok first.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh.
Right. So, but I've seen the lot there has been very empty ever since that video. So it might be coming to an end soon.
Yeah. Like, don't play with us.
Exactly.
Don't play with us.
Want to profit off of us, but don't want to hire us and stuff.
Exactly. Weird.
Now, Taylor, tell the people where they can find your socials and everything.
So y'all can find me on Instagram and TikTok. My Instagram is Tay's Hair Loft, Tay Hair Loft, Tays Hair Loft, and then same on Facebook. And then my TikTok is Hippie Tay, Hi3Ps Tay.
All right, everybody, go follow Taylor on Instagram and see her incredible work with her clients and everything. But anyways, we'll be right back. Don't go far, 'cause guess what? Darius is just now getting started. I'll be right back. And we're back, and it's time. Taylor was great, by the way. She's so fun and entertaining. But anyways, it's time for Post or Roast. And if you don't know what this is or remember what it is, because I did it about 2 weeks ago, but it's basically where I look back at posts that I posted on Instagram and Snapchat and stuff a long time ago. And you know, like when you look at stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, I really posted that. I really let that go. But anyways, today's picture is for my birthday in 2022. I was down at my neighbor's house. I'm sitting here on the swing looking like a damn fool. I got the nerve to be smiling, got this white shirt on, these red pants, I look a damn fool. And y'all, my friends, they let me post this picture talking about, oh, you look so good and you look so great and happy birthday and stuff. If I seen one of my friends post a picture like this, I would say, please delete that shit. Like, are you serious? But anyways, up next is the end of the show. We'll be right back, don't go far. Don't go far, 'cause guess what? Darius is just now getting started. I'll be right back. And we're back for the end of the show, and you see this pimple right here, this one right there. Anyways, I'm going to Sherri Smith. Remember, she was on my show last week, the dermatologist. I'm going to her. I have an appointment with her on December 1st, so that's exciting. So I'm going to see if she can, you know, fix this face up a little. But anyways, that's the end of today's show. Thank you, Taylor, for making this show a great show, and thank you for everybody who watches my show. I love every single one of you, and I'll see you next week, the same time, the same place on the Darius Owens Show. Bye!